Technician 775 here. This evening we'll be canning or packaging bread flour. This is a 25-pound bag of bread flour, and it will take 19 of the Mason jars. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to take and fill up about 4 of them. I've already done 4 of them, and I'll do 4 more. And these are going to be using oxygen absorbers. So with that, we'll get started here, because I do have a timer, and I'm going to try to take and keep this video down to about 5 minutes. There's not a whole lot about doing flour, and once you see how to do a couple of them, I think you guys and girls will actually get the idea of how this is done. What I normally do is fill the funnel up and do a little tap down like that, and the flour should come down after it settles, after tapping it for a few minutes, right about the bottom of the funnel, where the funnel sits into here, and that's pretty much a good amount. You can, if you wanted to, you could probably sit there and maybe squeeze a little bit more in, because we will be using an oxygen absorber on this and not necessarily the Food Saver machine, because the flour will get into the machine and cause the motor to get a whole lot of heartburn, and one guy has actually burnt his like that, and they're not real hard to come by, but finding a good one, you kind of want to hold on to it, and I've got a good one here. So we're going to do about 4 of these jars, and doesn't take very long. You can do a lot of your prepping or your food storage. Okay, if you get too much in there, just kind of hold the funnel up against the jar and shake it back into the bag. I would suggest wearing white clothes, because it looks like we'll have a little extra flour here besides what goes in the jar. Alrighty, just about there. And again, the flour is right about the bottom of the funnel, so we're just about, yeah, that should be enough right there. Okay, now I'm going to do that. I'm going to take and wipe the top of the jars off where the sealing portion goes, okay, with a moist, damp towel. You do not want any flour on this rim right here, because it will not seal. The flour will actually make a path for the oxygen, once this oxygen absorber starts working, to keep pulling oxygen in. So these are 300cc oxygen absorbers, nothing real special about them. I did take and put they're sealed on 3 sides. I do put the pointy side down. It's just the way things, I am. And it gives you more room up on top to suck the oxygen out. Nothing like having to bend over. Okay, so that's the 4, and I'll go back and seal this. I'll reseal this jar, and I put this rag in here to keep the moisture to a minimum inside the jar, because after these oxygen absorbers hit a little bit and they start working for a little, because naturally they're exposed to oxygen, the outside or the inside of the jar will start sweating. And you don't want that. Okay, you can, if you like, take and wipe this down around the edges, but I'd prefer to, after the jar seals and the tap will snap down when the oxygen is all taken out, you can actually take the band off, leave the lid on, but take the band off and wipe the extra flour from around the lip, the screw port right here. So, okay, not much really else we can tell you about. This is pretty straightforward, pretty simple. 300cc oxygen absorber, 19 Mason quart jars per 25-pound bag of flour, and that should do it. Write a date on the top of the jar, and we're pretty much set up and ready to go. Well, this is Technician 775 saying thank you very much for watching all the videos. Thank you for all the kind words that y'all sent in, and please subscribe, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a holler. Be glad to answer any questions you might have. Technician 775 signing off.